it's Lisa. I'm back with a new pink paisley layout. So yeah, I'm starting by taking off the cut file I just cut out, and then here's a little sneak of my silhouette, not cutting, but how do you call this? Putting some gold foil on my purple page. So there's a look at how shiny it is. Yay! And I used the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill to do that. So, and then I'm just starting with my first letter. I wanted to write the word love, but in old school letters. So I wanted to do the L first using this purple paper, but then I thought that I would use the letter E to use with that paper. So I'm just cutting it out, but to give it some more depth and interest, I'm just cutting around a little. I'm just cutting off a little border to make it a little bit smaller, so that I can put it on the letter, the white letter E that I already cut, and that it would have some kind of frame. Sorry for my bad explaining. It's late and I'm just trying to get this done. So yeah, I was choosing some papers to use as my background, but I wasn't really sure at that point what it was going to be. So I just continued doing my letters, and then I wanted to see later which paper to use. So as I was inspired by some kind of art on Pinterest, and so they spelled love on that drawing, and the letter V was full of flowers, and I really loved that idea. So I thought that I would use the ton of flowers that I had from the Horizon collection, and I would just put them on this letter to make it full of flowers. And I really love this, and it's a little bit more vintage and romantic and stuff, and I really love how it turned out. So yeah, just putting all the flowers on there. And I was looking mainly for the flowers that didn't have that white border around, but I also put some. So I just, because I didn't have enough of those, I also put some with the white border, but in the end it looked good anyways. And I was just looking for flowers to fit the shape exactly in all the corners of the letter. So look how I placed that leaf. It's just exactly the shape of the letter, so that was very cool. And then I changed up those pink flowers, because the first one I had there underneath the orange one was the same kind, and I didn't want two of the same kind next to each other. So then I'm tracing the letter V again on the yellow paper, and I'm just cutting around a little bit wider than the actual letter that I drew, so that I would have this border again to put my V on. I really love to do that. It looks more finished to me. So there you go, very pretty. And then we'll go on with the next letter. Oh yeah, this, for the O, I didn't use the same font. I looked for a cut file from Paige Evans that was a round shape, actually more like a flower because I thought that would look very cool. So, and then I used that rainbow paper to have all the colors on that cut file. I cut out all of the hearts and then I backed the cut file as everybody does. You know the drill to that. And then I was looking for the center. I couldn't really find a cool paper to go into the center. But then yeah, this one. So, and then I choose that one because I think it looked very cool with all the same colors in it, but not too colorful between those hearts. But you will see later that I will change this. It will not stay like this. And then, yeah, for the letter E, I also wanted, like I said before, I'm putting the white there. I wanted to put it on the L, okay? So I wanted to put it on that white frame, but it wasn't enough, like, not dimensional, but interesting or funny enough for me. So I decided to put it on another piece of paper to have another frame and to have even more colors. So there you didn't really see the beginning of this letter, how I did that, but I just pierced holes around the whole thing, and then I decided to go with rainbow colors to do some stitching and to have this how do you call that, this messy look to my letter. And again, doing the same thing here, just putting it on some pink paper and cutting around, leaving this border. And I think that's the first time I'm doing this technique, and I really think it turned out really cool. I started with something else, with the letter L. I used the stamp from the collection, but it turned out, like, in the beginning I was like, oh, that will look very cool, but then I was like, okay, no, not at all. So I dumped that idea and I started fresh. So here I'm doing what I always do, just creating a border for my page and then putting all the letters on my paper. And I did some white and pink splatters on the paper before this. So then I chose my picture. It's a picture I took in Paris in front of a carousel, and I thought it would look very cool with those letters because it's the same style. It's like this vintage carnival style. But the picture was so big that I couldn't really find a place for the picture without hiding a lot of the rest of the layout. And I cut that part out, but I was looking for so long to find the right spot for that picture, but it wouldn't work. And you can see on the left that I cut the picture down, even cut it down on the sides to make it smaller, but it didn't work either. So I just decided to take a very small picture of Kimberly and Tanya and Irit when we were in Phoenix, and then I just cut a very small circle that would fit into this flower. So, and then I'm going through my embellishments from the collection, and I was so happy when I found those leaves that would fit perfect with the flower, and I thought, like, okay, that's so cool. Yeah, just putting everything down, and I couldn't really do too much on this page because, like, as you can see, the letters were already a lot. So yeah, just trying to find some cool things that would really fit very well with the letters, with the colors, and not be too much. And actually, the paper that I use as a background, I will change at the end, but it's not in the video, so I will tell you about it now. That after I finished, I was like, oh, I already used exactly the same background on a page before, the month before, and I was like, okay, no, that will not be good. So after I finished the video, I left the layout for a few days and I was like, okay, I'm going to think about something and find the right paper to go with that. And then I chose another paper. I took all the letters off and just put them on a new paper. So here for the letter L, I used some of those paper clips and attached them to the thread. And I think that's very cool. But the flowers that I wanted to use previously were very cool too. So I don't know why I didn't use them, but yeah, this looks very cool too. Also, off camera, after I changed the background, I also put some those mini foam thickers from the those were blue and white. I think it's the Pick Me Up collection. So I used some of those to write a subtitle around the photo, and I wrote I don't really know, just look at the picture. So yeah, and that's it. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching and see you very soon. Bye bye.